One day soon, I'm going to be the boss.
And I'm going to teach and empower the next generation.
One day soon, I'll use science to save the planet.
And one day soon, I'll save lives.
Right now, I'm ready to take the first step.
No matter what your goal, choose a pathway at Southern Cross University to transform your future.
G'day and welcome to the National Virtual Expo. I'm Rob Malicki on Garrigal Land in Sydney, and welcome to this session on Deakin University, such a cracking institution. And if you've got questions as we go, you can ask them in the chat or in the comments if you're watching on social media. And of course, if you're watching on the recording, we have both the Choosing Your Uni Discord as well as a community, a Facebook community for parents. You'll find both the details of those down in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into this session on Deakin University.
Hi everybody, welcome to our presentation. My name is Millie. I'm from Deakin's Future Students team, and I'm here to talk to you about all things Deakin. I have one of our student ambassadors with us today, and this is Matilda. Matilda, if you want to just say hi and what you're studying, that'd be amazing.
Hi everyone, yes, my name is Matilda and I'm studying a Bachelor of Nursing and Midwifery, and I'm in my fourth and final year studying at our Geelong Waterfront campus.
Amazing. So we are going to go through all things Deakin for you today, hopefully answer some of your questions and just let you know a little bit more about us, what you can do at Deakin, and all the kind of opportunities that are available to you. We start here with some of our rankings in Victoria. We're really lucky at Deakin. At the moment, we are currently the #1 Victorian university for graduate employment. We're really proud of this because it means that our students are getting into jobs ready straight after they finish studying. It's really exciting because they get great experience while you're at Deakin. We have lots of placement opportunities, internships available, so you really know what you're getting into once you start your career. We're going to talk about this a little bit later as well, and Matilda's going to share some of her placement experiences with you, but we're really, really proud of this. The other stats here, they are voted by all students within Victoria. So students across the state were surveyed from all different types of universities, and we've come out on top for course satisfaction, teaching quality, and facilities and resources. So we're really proud of that. It comes from our students. And hopefully, if you hear some things today, you see some courses that you like, you might be a Deakin student in the future. This is an acknowledgement of country that we're going to play now for you.
Deakin University would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of all the unceded lands, skies, and waterways on which our students and staff come together. As we learn, teach, innovate and research through virtually and physically constructed places across time, we pay our deep respect to the elders and ancestors who have cared for the country that you join us from, an ancient place where education, innovation and knowledge transfer have taken place for many thousands of years. At Deakin, we aim to nurture and continue this important legacy whilst encouraging our communities to walk softly on country in the spirit of sustainability. In particular, we give gratitude to the elders and ancestors of Wadawurrung country, Wurundjeri country, and Eastern Maar country and beyond, where our physical campuses are located. Their contributions to our learning communities and environments are rich and highly valued. Deakin is committed to embedding Indigenous knowledges and perspectives in all disciplines that we teach, as well as advancing the self-determined interests of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, including treaty and truth-telling. As you move around our physical and virtual environments, take a moment to consider, appreciate, and listen deeply to the country beneath your feet.
We also have a really exciting competition. This is our register and win. If you'd like to scan the QR code on the screen, you're going in the draw to win one of the prizes that you can see here. It will also mean that we can keep in touch with you about the course that you're interested in studying with us. So take a second. If you want to pause, you can go ahead and do that. But please consider going for this competition, and you could win one of the exciting prizes here. So we're going to start off with why you might go to university. You're probably thinking about your options, what's out there. Maybe you're hearing lots of different things, but there are lots of different reasons why you might come to a uni. Matilda, why did you choose university?
Yes, so I went to university for lots of different reasons. I wanted to meet new people, create some really long-lasting friendships, really wanted to upskill as well straight out of high school. And these things have all happened, which has been terrific. But the truest reason why I've stayed at university is because I have such a deep passion for what I'm studying. I thoroughly enjoy studying nursing and midwifery because it's so interesting and it's very rewarding for me. And I hope that you all experience the same passion if you choose to go to university.
Amazing. You've hit the nail on the head there, Matilda. We agree that it's a really good way if you're interested in something, you have a passion for a certain subject. That's a great reason to come to university. You can learn more about what you're interested in. And like Matilda said, you might not only grow your passion in that area, but you're learning about something you really want to do and where you'd like your career to continue. Also, you may need a degree for the career that you want to get into. So certain jobs you will need a university degree. So have a look at things there. Consider if you are looking to go into a certain area that you may need a degree to do that. And also, on average, people with a university degree do earn a little more than people with it. So that's something to consider too. Now, moving to university, there are a lot of new terms that you may encounter that you haven't heard before coming from high school. And these are some of the most common ones that we see come up. A big one for you guys to look out for is prerequisites. If you are in year 11 and year 12, you're going to want to make sure that you meet the subject requirements or prerequisites for the course that you're interested in. These differ from university to university, so make sure that you've met all of those requirements. For us at Deakin, it's a little unique as well. We have a trimester system. So that's where we have 3 trimesters instead of some universities where they have 2 semesters. The nice thing there is that it means that you get a little bit more flexibility. While everybody studies in trimester 1 and 2, you can also study in trimester 3. This can help you to spread out your study load. So you might do a couple less units, which is like a subject in 1 trimester, and then do them in your 3rd trimester to even that out. It's also a really nice way to catch up as well. So if maybe you didn't meet all the requirements or you failed a unit, that's okay. You could always sit it again in trimester 3. So there's always a way around things. You'll also probably see majors. This is within your bachelor. You'll have a main specialization. So there might be an area that you're most interested in, and you can look at that in your bachelor degree, which area you'd like to continue with. So lots of terms here. Don't worry, we talk you all through them once you come to uni. So you don't need to know them all straight away. We'll definitely help you in all areas there. So you may have been to Deakin before, or maybe you haven't been to one of our campuses. We're going to show you a little video so you can see them all now, and a little highlight of the facilities, things that we have, and some of the courses that you might be interested in. So you would have seen in that video our 4 campuses. We have Burwood, Warn Ponds and Waterfront, and Warrnambool. If you're looking at certain courses, you might find that they're only at select campuses, but a lot of our courses are at multiple campuses. So definitely check that out when you're looking online or in your course guide for where the course you're interested in is at. Some courses as well may be exclusive to certain campuses. For example, Geelong offers forensic science, optometry, and occupational therapy, and we don't have those anywhere else. You'll also find that the ATAR for certain courses varies from campus to campus, so that's something to consider too. Matilda, which campus is your campus?
Yes, so I'm studying at the Geelong Waterfront campus and I love it. It's got a great location next to the beautiful Geelong Waterfront, hence the name. But I also really love the Warm Ponds campus with all of its resources and all of its vast space. Deakin has made it really easy for me to go between the campuses with our free shuttle bus system. So there's just an added bonus if you choose to study at Deakin in Geelong.
So good. I think as well, you may find that the campus you're interested in is close to you, or maybe it's a little further away. That's okay. We have residences and accommodation available too, and we'll talk about those a little bit more later. But you may be exploring a place that you've never seen before. So there's lots of fun at university, not only your campus, but the things surrounding there too. So lots to check out and lots to be excited about. Now, you might be sitting there and you know exactly what you'd like to study, but maybe you're a little unsure. You're not exactly knowing which course you'd like to get into, what area you'd like. That's okay. You've still got time. And for us here at Deakin, we have lots of different study areas that you might be interested in. So these are all of the different areas that you could study at Deakin. If you see something here that you like the look of, say like film, television, and animation, if you look at that, you'll see that in your course guide or online, there are a bunch of courses that fall under that study area. So have a look here. If there's something you like, definitely explore the courses that fall under that study area. For you, Matilda, did you know what you wanted to study while you were in high school?
No, I definitely didn't know that I would be studying nursing midwifery where I am now. I knew that I was interested in health, so maybe health science, research, maybe working in a hospital, but it definitely took me a little bit of time. I even started at another university and then transferred to Deakin, and specifically transferred to Deakin because of all their specialties. They're amazing at looking really deeply into specific areas, but also really broadly into areas like science, health, arts. So there's lots of possibilities for all of you guys coming to Deakin.
Amazing. I think that's such a good point to make, is that there's always a way, there's always an option. And yeah, you may not know it straight away, but you can definitely get there. So we're all here to help. Your families, your teachers, friends, everyone's here to help you out. So just ask some questions, find out information, and hopefully you'll find a course that you're really interested in. If you find a course that you like, we do have kind of 3 degree options at Deakin that you can look into. The first option is a general degree. This is a really flexible degree where you may have a lot of different career outcomes, And it's a really good option if you're not completely sure what you'd like to do. For example, we have general degrees in different areas, like a general science degree, or a general degree like a Bachelor of Arts you may have heard of, where there are lots of different specializations and majors and minors for you to choose from. So you can really build that degree to suit you and what you're most interested in. So definitely look at a general degree. If you're not sure or you like some different areas, this may be a really good option for you. Then we have a specialized degree. This is where you have a clear career outcome. You know exactly what career you're getting into from this degree. The way that I like to explain it is, for example, if you studied a Bachelor of Laws, what would your career be? It would be a lawyer. So if you can see exactly what your career outcome is, you're probably looking at a specialized degree. This is good as well if you know the career you'd like to get into, then looking at a specialized degree is for you. So if you wanted to become a teacher, you're going to need a specialized degree like a Bachelor of Education or a Master of Teaching to get you into that career. Finally, we have double degrees. So this is where Deakin has 2 degrees that are combined together, and that's going to offer you more opportunities and more career pathways. Matilda, you're studying a double degree. Tell us a little bit more about what this looks like.
Yes, so Deakin is fantastic offering double degrees, and there's lots of different options for students across all of our faculties. I am studying a double degree of nursing and midwifery. So normally that would take about 5, 6, or even 7 years for some people to complete. They completed it separately. But for me, it only takes 4 years to get both of the qualifications. And I love it. It means that I can come out of university and out of my bachelor's and be a nurse or a midwife, or I can be both.
Incredible. Definitely as well, if you're interested in 2 areas, double degree is a really great option. So definitely look at those. At Deakin, unfortunately, you can't just pick 2 degrees and smush them together. We've already done that for you. So we've found degrees that are complementary, and they're going to give you a really great skill set once you finish your degree. So definitely look into our double degree options. For us at Deakin, we really want you to have incredible experiences while you study with us, and we do that through something called work integrated learning. This is where you're gaining industry experience before you graduate. So you're getting lots of different connections, practical experience while you study, and this is why we're the #1 Victorian university for graduate employment. We're also really lucky that at Deakin we have something called Deakin Talent, and that's where you have lifelong access to these career services to help you. That's during your studies and afterwards. Matilda, what have your placements been like? Can you talk us through what some of these opportunities have looked like for you?
I absolutely can. So I have done a lot of placement through my degree, and I'm very lucky that it's easily my favorite part of the degree. With nursing, you'll generally do about 800 hours of placement. If you're doing the added midwifery on it, it ends up being about 1,600 hours of placement. So you definitely want to make sure that you're enjoying what you're doing, and I'm very lucky that that's the case for me. There's so many options to go to lots of different places across all placements, not just across the health faculties, but lots of other faculties as well. I've been very lucky that I've gone to lots of different hospitals all across the state, and I've really thoroughly enjoyed each and every one of my placements. There's lots of other degrees that will undertake lots of placement as well, such as occupational therapy and optometry. So definitely look into your degree and what placement options there are. And if there aren't specific placement options, there's lots of availability, like Millie said, for internships and other work integrated learning.
Matilda, when did you start your placements? Did you have any in your first year?
Yes, we had ours right at the end of our very first trimester in our first year, and I really valued that. The placement is exactly the work. It really simulates what you're going to be getting into right after you graduate. So you really want to make sure that you're enjoying what you're doing and you're enjoying the placement. So it was a really good indicator for me at the end of first year. I knew that I was loving placement. I knew that I was in the right area. And if you don't enjoy placement, that's totally okay. It's always good to know earlier on so you can make those adjustments that you need.
Definitely. While we've been talking, you've been seeing some of our Deakin students on the screen as well. So these are real students in their placement opportunities across marine science, exercise sports science, nursing and medicine, and civil engineering. So lots of different opportunities that you can see there at Deakin. We also have a lot of different experiences overseas. You may have heard about overseas opportunities or study abroad opportunities, and Deakin definitely has those too. You're able to study overseas with one of our partner universities in more than 20 countries, or you can take your studies overseas for a short-term partner program. These usually last between 2 to 6 weeks, and there are lots of different opportunities. Matilda, do you know of any opportunities that we have within the nursing degree?
Yes, absolutely. So I unfortunately haven't undertaken any study abroad myself. I would have loved to, but we've got lots of opportunities in nursing, specifically in places like India and Thailand. They generally tend to be study abroad options that are about 2 to 3 weeks duration. That's because we do have a lot of placement with our nursing and midwifery studies, so there isn't as much time. But they guarantee that there is still time for students to be able to undertake opportunities like this. And I've heard nothing but amazing reviews from these opportunities. So I really encourage you guys to definitely look into these as well.
Amazing. I would say as well, online, you can look at all of the different study abroad opportunities. If you just Google Deakin Study Abroad, you can look at not only the opportunities for a course you're interested in, but you can also look for countries that you'd like to travel to as well. So definitely check that out. So yes, university is about studying, but it's also about this next step in your life and what you can look forward to there. There is a lot of different things to look forward to at uni. Some of these you can see here. A big one I would say is definitely things like the clubs and societies that you can join. Matilda, what is that like at university?
Oh, it's fantastic. So I've been part of clubs and societies ever since my first year. I've been in specific sports societies, faculty societies, and I'm even at the moment the president of what we call the Deakin Teddy Bear Hospital. So there's lots of different types of societies that you can join. Students are actually able to create their own societies as well, which is really fantastic. We've had in the past a potato cake eating society where students went around and just ate potato cakes all around the Geelong and Melbourne areas. So really, the world is your oyster, or university is your oyster, absolutely. But yes, there's lots of different opportunities for students to really engage in the student life, specifically sports and recreation. I've really enjoyed my opportunities sporting at Deakin. And there's lots of opportunities for students to engage in even higher up sporting competitions, like our national competition that happens every year. We've had students that have been able to travel interstate for that and have had a fantastic time with all of those opportunities. Otherwise, just in general, there's always an activity or event that's going on around Deakin, around our campuses, and specifically in our O week or our orientation week. There's so many opportunities to engage and meet other students and really create those lifelong friendships right from the get-go. In terms of our health and well-being, there are so many different supports that we have here at Deakin. We have our specific health and wellbeing hubs at all of our different campuses, and there's lots of opportunity for students to engage with nurses, doctors, and health and wellbeing support systems as well. We also have lots of supports here at Deakin. So we have different services around like our disability support centres. They are also across all of our campuses as well. And there's lots of support for students just in general or with academic support, which is amazing. We have our Indigenous student support as well, specifically at our Warm Pond campus. We also have our Naikuri campus. We definitely encourage any First Nations students to check that one out. It's an amazing space. And otherwise, in general, there's lots of support for all of our students across our different campuses. We also have LGBTQIA plus student support services, and lots of fun activities and events that we do surrounding that as well. Then we also have lots of different student advisors. They come in the forms of tutoring, they come in the forms of academic support, just general wellbeing support, and we also have lots of supports in our financial assistance as well. We really encourage you guys once again to search up online all of those supports. As soon as you come to Deakin as well, you'll be flooded with all the different services that we have here. There's definitely no reason that it's no reason to come to our support service systems. They're always available and they're always here to help out our students. They want to put all of our students first.
Perfect. We also have something called Deakin Accelerate. So this is an extension program that you can study when you're in year 12 that you apply for if you're currently in year 11. So only look at this if you're in year 11. Unfortunately, if you're in year 12 now, it's not something that you're able to do. But for anyone that isn't, this is definitely something to look at. So you're able to study 2 units of a university degree in year 12, and this is going towards your ATAR. So it's going to boost that score for you. It's a really great opportunity because not only is it giving you a head start and a glimpse into what life at uni will look like, you're choosing from a range of different courses. So there are 17 study areas that you can choose from, and they will all count towards different degrees. So definitely look into this. Applications do open on the 3rd of August. And if it's something you're interested in, talk to your career advisor at school. They can reach out to us and we can answer any questions that you have about this. But it's a really good option, definitely if you know what you'd like to do. If you'd like to give a little head start into what uni might look like too. And it's all for free while you're studying. So definitely check this out. It's a really, really great opportunity. Now, you may be a little unsure about how do I actually get into university? Maybe you're unsure if you'll get the ATAR that you need. Maybe you'd like a gap year. There are lots of different things that might happen after year 12, and that's okay. There's always a way to get into your dream course. So if we're looking here at how you might get into that course, there are lots of different options to do that through Deakin. So you may start at a different campus. If you're looking at a course in particular and the campus that you'd like to study at has a higher ATAR and you don't quite meet that ATAR once you get your results, you may look at starting at a different campus that has a slightly lower ATAR. You would then be able to study for about a year at Deakin and then transfer to your chosen campus later on. You may also start in a related course. So for example, something like a Bachelor of Commerce is a little bit higher, but maybe you start in a Bachelor of Business and then transfer into that chosen course afterwards. We also have associate degrees. We have one in arts and one in education. And these give you an option if you just successfully complete year 12 to get into that degree. So we're not going to look at your ATAR or anything else. You just need to complete year 12 and then start the associate degree, which is 2 years. And then you can pathway into either a Bachelor of Education or a Bachelor of Arts. So you have 2 options there. If you're doing vocational major, this is a really good option as well. So definitely check out the associate degree if that's something that interests you. We also are lucky to have Deakin College. This is where you can study a diploma that'll give you a guaranteed entry into the bachelor degree with Deakin. We offer these in VTAC as a packaged option as well. So if you're looking at those, you may see that it says a diploma / a bachelor degree. So definitely look into these options too. This is where you would complete your diploma and then you transition directly into the second year of the relevant bachelor degree. So this is a great option too, maybe if you don't meet those prerequisites for the bachelor degree that you were hoping to get into, you may consider a diploma. You don't have to go through Deakin College though. There are a number of different partner TAFEs and providers that you could do a diploma with and then come through to Deakin. You'll see on our website here on the Pathway Finder website that you can search for your chosen degree and it'll show you every single option that's available to you. The biggest thing to remember is that there is always a way to get into your chosen course. It may not be that you get in straight away. It might not be a straight line. You might go up and down, turn around. That's okay. There's always a way and we're here to help you with that. Matilda, you were saying before that you didn't start studying at Deakin. What was it like transferring from another university?
Yeah, so I thought it was going to be quite a difficult process, almost exactly the same as the process was in year 12 at the end, but it was very, very simple. It was really great as well that there's lots of options that you can get credits. So sometimes if the degree that you were studying previously is coincided with the degree that you choose to go into, you can get some credit points, which means that there are certain units that you don't have to undertake in your new degree. And it means that you could possibly go into second year straight away or halfway through your first year. So definitely look into those options. if you choose to take that sort of pathway as well.
Amazing. And then how do you actually apply to Deakin? How do you get into university? So because we are a Victorian university, you do have to go through something called VTAC. Hopefully you've all heard about that. But don't worry if you haven't, you will definitely get to know more about VTAC during year 11 and year 12. This is the place where you put in all of your preferences, your courses that you'd like to study, and VTAC will then sort through all of that and help you out. They talk to the universities for you. So this is how you need to apply for university. It's also how you'll apply for equity schemes and scholarships as well. They have a portal on there where you'll complete your application, and they open in August and close in October. So if there are any reasons in year 12 that you might have special considerations for your study, definitely look at our equity schemes and make sure that you're getting in all of that information before the closing date. You may have to supply documentation as well, so definitely check that out and read through. A big thing to look at for VTAC is that there are timely applications. So these open in August and they close at a certain date in December. You need to make sure that you've paid for that beforehand because the price does increase the later you get in the year. So definitely get these in nice and early so that you're not paying any extra money. Definitely check this out. Talk to your teachers as well. This will be a big topic for you in year 12. I'm sure you'll hear lots and lots of information about it. But don't worry, we're all here to help out and answer any questions that you have. Here at Deakin, we also have something really exciting called the Deakin Guaranteed ATAR. This is where we have lots of different courses where there is a guaranteed ATAR that is lower for students who meet these eligibility requirements. So if you attend a Deakin underrepresented school, you live or study in a regional or remote home or school location, or are of Indigenous Australian descent, you are then eligible for this lower ATAR. It means once you hit that number, you are guaranteed entry into the course. To apply for this, there's nothing that you have to do. It's all done through VTAC, and it automatically comes from the Equity Schemes Category 1, which is based on location. You don't have to press any buttons, submit anything. We will capture that from VTAC and know that you're eligible for this. So definitely look at any of the courses you're interested in. There may be a guaranteed ATAR that you could apply for. So definitely check that out, see if your course is eligible. And if you meet these requirements, it could be a really, really great option for you. Now, you may be concerned about how much university might cost. That's okay. We're really lucky that here in Australia, the government does have Commonwealth supported places where they pay for a portion of your degree and you just have to pay for the rest. This doesn't mean that you have to pay it up front. We have something called HEX help and loans that are made available to you. And that's where you don't have to pay anything up front. It sits there until you finish your degree. You start earning above a certain amount and then you pay it off incrementally over time. So as Matilda's still studying, she doesn't have to pay her degree right now. She just has to wait until she finishes everything, starts working, and starts earning above that threshold. For myself, I still have my HEX loan. It's sitting there and it just comes out of my pay, so I don't have to even think about it, and I'm just paying it off over time. A big thing that I would definitely say is to apply for scholarships. There are so many scholarships available, definitely over 100 that we have here at Deakin, and they're based on all different sorts of things. They're not just based on merit or achievements, they're also equity based. So it could be based on what you've achieved in year 12, whether it's academics. It could be about your community contributions, maybe leadership skills, something that you've done in your extracurricular activities. There are lots of different scholarships available. We're really lucky at Deakin. We have a scholarships page where you can put in your information and it will then show you all of the scholarships that you may be eligible for. For us, you just make one application and then you'll be considered for all of those scholarships. So it's really, really easy. You can also apply for scholarships through the VTAC portal. We cannot stress enough that you should definitely apply for scholarships. The worst thing that can happen is you don't get one. The best thing that can happen is that you do. So please apply for those. Like we were saying before, some of our campuses can be near or far from your home, but you can definitely live on campus. We have incredible accommodations, and we've been lucky enough to receive the Gold Accreditation for Residential Experience Standards in 2024 and 2025. So our accommodations are really great. There are lots of different opportunities there for you. And it's a really incredible part of Deakin to be integrated into and a part of. I lived on campus for my first year of study, and I found that really exciting, and it was really helpful for me as well. Not only did it mean I could sleep in a little bit longer because I was living on campus, I could get quickly to my classes, but I made a lot of friends, and there were lots of different exciting activities that I could be a part of living on campus as well. Matilda, I know that you haven't lived on campus, but are there any cool or exciting things that you can share with us that you know about our accommodations?
Absolutely. So there's lots and lots of fun events for all of our students that live on res. I've wanted to try and crash a couple of the events some of the time, but unfortunately been unable to. But all of my friends that do live on Deakin Res, they love it. There's lots of opportunities to get groceries. There's lots of free food available, which is really amazing. They have tons and tons of events in their own week. So they have their own residential orientation week before the whole Deakin orientation week. And it means that there's lots of opportunities for students to really get to know each other, and lots of people create their lifelong bonds there, which is amazing. There's lots of different ways you can live on res as well. You can choose to live with up to about 10 other people, about 4 or 5 other people, or you can even have your own independent living with your own studio apartment, kitchenette, ensuite, all of those things. There are different options for costs for all of those, but it's really great that as a general, Deakin Res is quite affordable living. So all of the payments come under one singular payment. All of your utilities, Wi-Fi, rent, everything comes under that one payment. And students tend to find that that's really awesome as well. You gain a lot of autonomy and a lot of independence living on res, and it's such a good option, particularly if you do have to travel far and wide to get to one of our Deakin campuses.
Yeah, I would also say to check out the website that's on the screen if you are interested in living on our accommodations. And if once you're getting closer to the middle to end of the year and you're definitely considering that you'd like to live on campus, I would say make an application via their website. It's really easy to do so and it doesn't cost anything, but you definitely want to make sure that you're in that list of people looking at accommodations because it can be quite competitive and there are only a number of rooms, a number of beds available. So definitely look into this and apply via their website. Now, if you've never been to Deakin before, I would definitely consider coming along to our open days. They are in August and they're an incredible day where you get to meet students, talk with academics, learn about all the different degrees and study options. We also have information sessions that you can attend and hear about the courses that you're interested in. You can also go on campus tours where you'd see our facilities and learning environments firsthand, and you'll get to experience a little slice of what Deakin is like and get a real feel for university life. You'll see me, you'll see Matilda, we'll all be there to show you around on the day. And you'll get to meet lots of different students from lots of different areas. So definitely consider these. You can visit our Warrnambool campus on the 2nd of August. You can visit both of our Geelong campuses on the 16th of August. And you can come to our Burwood campus on the 23rd of August. Hopefully we've answered a lot of your questions that you've had today and you've got some really good information. But there are still different ways that you can reach out to us if you have any extra questions after this session. You can call us at any time if you'd like. You can also go on our website to the Help Hub that you can see here, where there's a number of different resources and answers to any of the frequently asked questions that we get. We also have a great live chat on our website. It's available on the right-hand corner in a yellow box, and you can speak with a student advisor. A robot does talk to you at the start, but I promise after that it is a real person who's answering all your questions. And we can transfer you to someone in a certain area if you have a really particular question, so you can get that answered. And if you'd like to follow us on social media, you can at Deakin University. That is it from us today. We hope you've had a really good time, and we hope that you'll consider looking more into Deakin and your options to study with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you got something out of this session. And if you have any questions at all, you can head to choosingyouruni.com and ask Lumen. Lumen is your AI guide who knows about every university, every pathway, every option that we've talked about throughout this virtual expo. And Lumen is available to talk to you 24/7. So it's ready when you are.